Okay, my oven is at 350. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cake in. And this should bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Definitely check it at 32, 33 minutes. Okay, while the cake is baking, we're gonna try and make the icing. What you'll need for the icing is butter, vanilla, Karo syrup, chocolate, icing sugar, and milk. And you will need your mixer, a bowl, a measuring cup, and measuring spoons. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we want to do is get the chocolate melted. You can use any chocolate you prefer. You can use the baker's chocolate. You can use milk chocolate. I just prefer semi-sweet chocolate. What we need is 2 ounces, and this is a 4-ounce package, so we're going to need half of this. Go ahead and get it in our little saucepan. And turn this on low. And what you're gonna do is just watch this and stir it. And when it just melts, take it off the heat. We'll be back when it's melted. I cannot stress the importance of not walking away from this chocolate as it melts. Have your temperature on low and constantly stir. Because if you walk away, it's the second it's gonna scorch, and burnt chocolate is nasty. So be vigilant and continue to watch this and stir it. We'll be back when it's melted. Okay, it's all melted. I'm gonna turn it off and immediately take it off the heat. Now let's go over and get the rest of our ingredients ready. We have 3 tablespoons of room temperature butter, and we are gonna add the melted chocolate. It's very important that your butter is at room temperature because it makes it easier to mix and combine the ingredients. And I'm really going to try and get all the chocolate out of this pan, because the more chocolate that's in the bowl, the more chocolate that's in the icing. Okay, I think I've got it all that I can get. And the next thing we're going to add is 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 2 teaspoons of Karo syrup. So let's go ahead and do that. I would suggest putting the vanilla in first because it would be easier to get the Karo out if you've put the vanilla in first. Love the smell and taste of vanilla, and it really helps bring out the chocolate flavor in the chocolate. I'm going to take this spoon out of here. Now for our Karo. 1 teaspoon. And 2 teaspoons. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this up until it's incorporated, and then we'll be back to put in the sugar and the milk. Start off on low and just get it all mixed up. When it's mixed up, I'll be back. Okay, that's all mixed up, so we're going to go ahead and add 1 1/4 cup of icing sugar. This should take anywhere from 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. We're going to start with 2. And if it's still too thick or not creamy enough, we'll go back and add the 3rd. Let's start with that. And once again, just mix it up. Start out on low and then move up to medium speed. When this is mixed, I'll be back. Okay, this is mixed, but I really think it could use the extra milk. So I'm going to go ahead and add that extra tablespoon. But this is also a good time to stop, scrape down your bowl, That way you get all of the ingredients incorporated when you're mixing. So here is my 3rd tablespoon. Okay, I'm gonna pull that back and scrape down my bowl just to get the sides and the bottom. And just scrape this off on the mixer. I'm gonna stir this or mix this up, and when it's done, I'll be back. It's all mixed up, and let's go ahead and give it a taste. That is really good icing. So we'll go ahead and set this to the side. I probably put it in the refrigerator until the cake is ready. But there's your basic chocolate buttercream icing. Okay, my timer has gone off. I'm gonna check our cake. Oof, that smells so yummy. Okay. Turn my timer off. We're gonna take a toothpick, put it in the middle, and if it comes out clean, you know your cake is ready. Pretty much, let's see. I think we should probably put it back in for maybe 7 or 8 more minutes, because I put it on originally for 32 minutes, and it varies. It can go from 32 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 7 more minutes, and I'll be back to check it then. Okay, my oven has gone off again. My timer has, so I'm going to check my cake again. Oh, it just smells so good. Let me turn my timer off. Okay, another clean toothpick. Let's give it a try. Ah, perfect. It came out clean. So this cake is done. And at this point, because I don't have 2 pans, I need to put this one over here on this baking rack and let it cool. That way I can take it out of the pan, prep the pan again, and bake the other half of the cake. When that's ready, I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn this cake out onto this other baking rack so I can bake the other half of my cake. So I have let this cool for 10 minutes, and it is so hot. So I'm gonna move this over here and put my hand on top, see if it comes out. Oh, it is. Yay! Take this. Okay. All right, there's one half of our cake. Now, when I get the other half made, I will be back to show you how to ice it. For the sake of time, I've gone ahead and started icing. With this buttercream, you will need to double the recipe that we made earlier. Because it's going to take double that to cover this cake. So when I get this cake fully iced, I'll be back. Okay, here it is, all iced. Now, because I went with the buttercream icing, I feel like this needs to be stored in the refrigerator. When we slice into it, I'll bring you back. Okay, here it is, sliced up from scratch, double layer chocolate cake. I hope you enjoy. Okay, a couple of things I think I need to mention. One is, don't forget to take the parchment off the bottom of your cakes before you start to ice them. Number 2, make sure your cakes are completely cooled off, because if you don't and you go to ice it, the icing is just going to melt off. And if you are using the store-bought icing, you don't necessarily have to store it in the refrigerator. Once again, I hope you enjoy.